I showed y'all how to make the ripple wavy looking blanket, and I started showing you me working a couple of rows before I showed you how to start the project so I could talk you through it. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Let me show you what my yarn looks like whenever I'm just working the blanket, swapping colors with a pattern, but no rhyme or reason. Okay, I have yarn like color 1, 2, and 3, and when I finish a row of color 3, I go back to 1, and I keep doing that back and forth. So I was doing 4 rows, 2 rows, 4 rows, 2 rows, 4 rows, 2 rows, and I was alternating. I know that I'm gonna end on 2 rows with this color because I don't have enough yarn here to do even 1 row in my 2 and 4 row patterns. So I've got 2 rows left of this blanket, and that's what we're gonna work on with this color. Okay, so when I get to the end of my row, I chain 3 and turn my work. That chain 3 is counting as my first double crochet. Each end of your row is a double crochet or a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. So you're gonna have 1 double crochet stitch at the end of each row. So I'm gonna chain 3 and turn. I'm gonna jump over between these 2 clusters. Do not put anything in this hole here. Jump over here and work a cluster, which is 3 double crochets in the same space to make your granny stitch. In the next space, work another cluster. In the next space, work another cluster. So what you're doing for this pattern is you are working 4 clusters up each little side. So this is how your blanket looks. The side of your blanket is at a dip, and you're working up to the point, if that makes sense. So you will have 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get up to the top, you're gonna work it just like you would a corner of a square, and you're gonna work a cluster, chain 3, and a cluster in that same top stitch right there. And then you're gonna work 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters down this side. So here is my second one, my third one, and my fourth one. Okay, so now we're at the bottom, but we're not at the bottom, but we are at the bottom. That's as far as we're gonna go. Okay, so we're gonna skip this little dip here, and we're gonna go right over to the next up row, whatever you wanna call that, with a double crochet, and then 2 more. And that's what's bringing your peaks. I don't even know what you call this, y'all, seriously. Just work 4 more clusters up the side. And then work your cluster, chain 3, cluster, just like a corner stitch. So you got your number 1 cluster, your number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay? Now again, we're going to skip this row here and jump right over into this space. And work a cluster, a second cluster, a third cluster, and a fourth cluster. And you're going to do this back and forth for every single row, and I'll show you what to do when we get to the end of the row. I've got it. If you just look at this as though it's a mountain, you're going up the mountain and down the mountain, and up the mountain and down the mountain. So we are going to go up this little mountain here, skip this hole at the bottom of the mountain, and then work a cluster. I wish I could be more technical, but I just don't know. Here's your second cluster going up the mountain. There's the fourth one. Here's our chain 3. Now we're going down the mountain. And this is our last side to go down here. And we're going to be at the end of the row. So just like the beginning of the row that started with a double crochet or the chain 3, this one is going to end with a double crochet. So here are your 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. Here is your chain 3 from the last row where we turned our work. In the top of that chain 3, 1, 2, 3, you're going to work a double crochet in that stitch, and that completes the end of your row. And then you will chain 3, turn your work, and do it again. Skip this space, go directly into here, and work your first cluster. And you just keep repeating the same thing over and over, just working up the mountain with 4 clusters and down the mountain with 4 clusters, all the way across your little blanket. And now this is all the yarn I have left, so there's not enough to do any more rows, so I am finished. Okay, it's completely done. I'll stand up later and show you what it looks like. Right now I'm going to record the how to get started, and that's going to be a whole different video because this one is kind of long, but I'm going to do that right now.